Hi guys, it's me again, Tisha. I wanted to come on camera to talk about a quick thought that had been swirling in my mind for quite some time. It's called listening and the truth. In other words, listening to the truth. A lot of times we tell people that we want them to tell us the truth. In other words, parents may tell their children, you know, we are your parents, we love you, we don't want to see you hurt. Tell us what's going on with you. Even if you have something against us, tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you're feeling. Husbands and wives may say that to one another. You know, honey, if I'm doing something that offends you, I won't know unless you tell me. Bosses may say that to co-workers, to their employees. Co-workers may say that to one another, blah, blah, blah. But the question is this: what happens when they do tell us the truth? What happens when that child says, Mom, Dad, you are kinder to everyone else except me. You spend time with everyone else except me. When the husband or the wife says, you know, honey, whatever, be that as it may, whatever. When the employee tells the boss something that he or she doesn't want to hear. When two friends interact with one another and they start talking about the personalities that's just great at them. When they actually do tell us the truth, how do we react? Are we defensive? And now let me be clear about one thing. I'm not talking about that telling the truth. I just got to be honest, but in truth, I'm throwing shade on you. I'm angry about something that you did last week or 2 years ago, and now I'm going to use that as an effort to run you down. That is so not what I'm talking about. That's childish. That is immature. But I'm not talking about that in so many words. I'm talking, how do we respond when we actually hear something? Do we take the time to listen to what the person is saying? Do we understand it from their perspective? Or are we busy feeling so defensive, thinking that everything we do and everything we say is so right, that the other individual is just so wrong, and they need to grow up? There comes a time when people will get to the point where they'll stop talking to us, and then we'll ask what I consider to be the dumbest question. Why don't you feel comfortable talking to me? Or why didn't you tell me? How did I react when the person did try to tell me? Did I minimize what they said? Did I minimize how they felt? Did it go in one ear, out the other? Could I not possibly understand what they were feeling because I've never gone down that road before? Or am I so defensive because I know I need to do better, that when the person tells me about something with regard to me, I'm all upset? I had a previous coworker that told me years ago that she had a friend who was always late, constantly late. So the friend who was on time put it to her. She told her, and they were sitting there angry with each other at a ball game like this, and they didn't talk for a year. But if you are constantly holding people up because you're late all the time, or whatever the bad habit may be, isn't that something that maybe I should consider? And why am I angry when somebody else brings it to my attention? Because I'm not considering things from their perspective. I'm not considering things from how they feel. Now, the last story I want to give. Several years ago, I was a teenager. I was 15. And I had gotten myself into a mess. Something that, following my friends, and I had gotten hurt by something. Well, a particular family member began to suspect that something was going on with me. And they wanted to know what. And I was so scared to tell them. Guys, I could tell you, they were sweet as pie. Tell me, what's going on? What's wrong? And when I finally told them what was actually wrong, I'm talking about night and day difference. You this, you that, you that, you this. It was as if they loved just constantly belittling me and putting me down further. But just a few moments prior, they were coaxing me just to get it out. And then we literally don't understand why people shut down from us, why people don't want to talk to us. We want to be listeners, but are we really? We tell people to tell us the truth, but do we really want to hear it? What about when the truth about us hurts? What about when I find out that I'm a lazy husband, I'm a lazy wife? What about when I find out that I've taken my children for granted? What about when I find out that I had a boss that would put all his work on the employees and hide behind his desk and hide behind his office? He was looking for another job, really. But then when that gets dealt with, now I want to bring the hammer down because I'm so defensive. And then we don't understand why people don't want to talk to us anymore. So when we make the statement, just tell me the truth, do we really want to hear it? When we say things like, open up, I'll listen, will we really? And when people shut down from us and they tell us that they're no longer comfortable talking to us, do we really have no clue? How often are we going to continue to minimize what someone else has to say and then think that they're going to keep coming to us to express that whatever is on their heart, whatever is on their mind, when we're not going to do anything, when many are not going to do anything but squash it anyway? That's all I have to say. I am Tisha. I hope you consider the words. Take care.